Hi, this is Eric with Mediavine, and welcome to our Go for Teal video series. If you can't tell, we're a little bit obsessed with teal around here, and this week we're happy to announce that we're bringing teal to our health checks. So what exactly are our health checks? So we have two forms of health checks here at Mediavine. We have health checks we run on the front end, and then health checks that we run on the back end, and they're both have the same goal, to make sure your site is performing optimally. So on the back end, we're checking for things like making sure all of our bidders are bidding in the auction, and a lot of things that we have to action on as a company that you can't do as a publisher. But as a publisher, there's actually a ton of stuff you can do on your site to make sure your ads are performing optimally, and that's where health checks come into account. So when you've logged into your dashboard in the past, you may have seen red, yellow, and green lights that indicate how healthy your site is performing. We're adding now a fourth level, teal, which is kind of saying you're not just optimal, but you're beyond optimal, and your site now is going to perform a lot better as a result. So we're running really now 4 health checks at the time of this video, and we're adding more. Those 4 health checks are a sidebar health check, in-content mobile, in-content desktop, and an ads.txt check. So what exactly are those 4 health checks? So the first health check, that sidebar health check, it's really just monitoring how many times your bottom sticky sidebar ad is showing relative to your first sidebar ad. So as you know, here at Mediavine, we only run 2 sidebar ads, and we do that on purpose. That second sidebar ad is actually sticky, so as the user scrolls past it, it's going to stick to the top of the screen. That means you're going to have really high viewability and engagement, so we want that to stay on screen as long as possible. We also refresh it, and really what that health check is checking is to seeing, has that ad been able to refresh at least once while the user's been there? So is the user engaged, staying on the site, and browsing long enough for that ad to be able to refresh? So that's why that health check is so important. Now we're adding a second level to it to see, has the user been on your site long enough for it to refresh twice? So really you want to go for teal on that one. And one of the best ways to do that is either shortening your sidebar or extending the length of your content, breaking your content into smaller, easier to digest paragraphs, and things that really improve user engagement on your site. Those we think are great not just for ad performance, but people like Google have stated that having shorter and easier to read paragraphs are better for user experience. So if you go for this, you're actually going to improve your site for users and for ads. So we also have the in-content mobile and in-content desktop health checks. And what the in-content desktop and mobile health checks are checking are how many times in-content ads render on your mobile page and your desktop page. And we have those new those health checks now have new goals, set to 3 and 6. So we want to see 3 ads on your desktop site and 6 ads on your mobile site relative to each session. So a user needs to see 3 ads on desktop or 6 ads on mobile during the entire session they're on your site in order for you to get green. Now we've added a new level, which is 4 and 8. So 4 ads on desktop and 8 ads on mobile in order for you to get teal on those. And the reason we picked those numbers is after looking at how the 2,800 sites across Mediavine are performing and figuring out where the optimal levels are. Of course, we have people much higher than this, and then we have publishers that are lower than this. But really, that's where we found is kind of the optimal level. Anything past that, you're really going to get diminishing returns on additional ad impressions. And anything below that, we just don't feel you're taking advantage of your potential ad earnings. So those are kind of the new goals that we have set for people. In addition to that, we have the ads.txt health check. That just makes sure that you are running the latest version of ads.txt. This isn't going to be updated that often, maybe once or twice per month, but you're really going to want to make sure you have that teal star there in that ads.txt health check, because again, if you watch our ads.txt video that we've done, you know how important that is, because buyers are only going to be buying on sites that we're listed as the authorized seller for you in your ads.txt file. So make sure that's up to date. So if you go for teal and you have 4 teal stars, you should be performing optimally here at Mediavine. So we really think that it's exciting that our publishers are able to help kind of self-diagnose their own problems here at Mediavine. That's just one of the things we like to think that differentiates us from any other ad management company out there. So thank you for listening to this week's Go for Teal installment. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you guys online next week.